our Director of Ceremonies, the First Lady, Amai Auxilia Mnangagwa, the Vice President, Honorable General Retired Dr. C.J.D.N. Chwenga and Amai Chwenga, the Vice President, Honorable Colonel Retired K.C.D. Mohadi, the Minister of Defense and Chairman of ZANU-PF, Honorable O.C.Z. Mchenguri Kashiri, the Minister of State for Provincial Affairs and Devolution, Harare Metropolitan Province, Honorable Senator Charles Tabengwa, the Speaker of Parliament, Honorable Advocate Jeff N. Mudenda, President of the Senate, Honorable Amai M. Chinomona, the Chief Justice, Justice Luke Malawa, President of the National Chiefs Council, Chief Mchana Kumalo, members of the Politburo Central Committee, leaders of other political parties who may be here, honorable ministers and deputy ministers, the Chief Secretary of the President Cabinet, Dr. M. Rushoya, Chairman of the Public Service Commission, Dr. Vincent Ungwe, Commander Defense Forces, General P.V. Spanda, Commander Zimbabwe National Army, Lieutenant General A. Sanyatwe, Commander Air Force of Zimbabwe, Air Marshal J.J. Zede, Commissioner General of Zimbabwe Republic Police, Commissioner Gordon Matanga, Commissioner General of Zimbabwe Prisons and Correctional Service, Commissioner M. Chobo, the Director General, President's Department, Ambassador Isaac Moyo, senior government officials who are here, Your Worship, the Mayor of Harare, Councillor J. Mafume, members of the Diplomatic Corps, invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, comrades and friends. It is with a great sense of joy and pride that we gather here through Faro Stadium to celebrate yet another year of excellency by the Zimbabwe Defense Forces. This year's theme, and I quote, Zimbabwe Defense Forces guaranteeing a conducive environment for the attainment of Vision 2030, end of quote, aptly captures the important contribution that the Zimbabwe Defense Forces continue to make towards accelerating the realization of our national vision. On behalf of the people and government of Zimbabwe, my family, and indeed on my own behalf, I congratulate the Zimbabwe Defense Forces for the achievements made in advancing peace, unity, and development of our beloved motherland, Zimbabwe. The nation further salutes you all for your unflinching commitment and dedication to safeguarding the territorial integrity of our great country, Zimbabwe. We treasure the vigilance and the manner in which our defense forces continue to diligently and professionally execute their mandate and duties. Makorokoto Amhlope, congratulations. As we commemorate this year's celebrations, the broader environment is characterized by glaring limitations in the international peace and security architecture. Further, among other new types of security threats, the world is witnessing an upsurge of terrorism and cross-border crime, coupled with undue foreign interference in the internal affairs of countries, is special for us in the global South and East. This brings to the fore the need for robust military systems and defense forces that are continually evolving. In this regard, there remains a strong need to enhance not only our domestic military systems, but across border military and security cooperation. As such, and in the context of the long-standing spirit of unity and oneness that forms the bedrock of the SADC region, I extend a special and hearty welcome to the delegation of the South African National Defense Forces, which has joined us today, led by the Chief of the South Africa National Defense Force, General Rudzani Maphanya. By the same token, I also acknowledge the presence of representatives from the Malawian Defense Forces who are on a benchmarking visit, led by the Deputy Commander of the Malawi Defense Forces, Lieutenant General G.A. Jafu. The participation of members of the defense forces from sister republics at our national events is a strong statement of unbreakable people-to-people bonds which transcend all spheres of our life, extending to the defense and military sector. Our ties are historic and were further strengthened during the fight for the liberation and independence of our respective countries. SADC is indivisible, united, and is one. Comrades and friends, the choice of Rufaro Stadium invokes sentimental memories. It was at these historic grounds that on the eve of 18 April 1980, when the Union Jack was lowered and the Zimbabwean flag hoisted, that symbolic act marked the birth of an independent and free Zimbabwe. It ushered us into a journey of yet again charting our own course and our own destiny as a free people. It was also in surrounding residential suburbs such as Mbare and Highfields where many of our citizens were brutalized for their resistance and the rejection of the racist colonial administration. These neighborhoods incubated and strengthened the resolve of many sons and daughters of Zimbabwe to wage the protracted armed liberation struggle for democracy, freedom, and independence we enjoy today. Today's celebrations on these grounds afford us the opportunity to once again reflect on the honest journey that our nation has traveled to realize the rights and freedoms we so clearly cherish today. Under the Second Republic, the spirit, hope, determination, zeal that engulfed many of our countrymen and women who gathered here on that momentous day is burning bright. Never again will we be under the shackles of foreign rule and subjugation in whatever form. I commend Zimbabwe Defense Forces for keeping alive the rich liberation ethos as well as the intricate principles and values deployed at the establishment of a united security apparatus in 1980. Equally, your defense of our national interests as embodied in our national constitution over the years has been exemplary and unflinching. The formidability, reliability, and dependability, professionalism, and discipline of the Zimbabwe Defense Forces remain the guarantor of the peace and security necessary for the development, modernization, industrialization, and prosperity of our motherland, Zimbabwe. Despite the negative effects of illegal sanctions imposed by some Western countries, the ZDF stands firm. We thank you all, officers, men and women, for your loyalty and consistent service to your motherland, Zimbabwe. Tinokutendai, siyalibonga. Ladies and gentlemen, comrades and friends, Zimbabwe is not spared from both emerging and traditional security threats that include transnational organized crime, human trafficking, cyber security threats, drug trafficking, and climate change-induced challenges, among others. We are not blind to these threats and the manner these affect the peace, safety, and security of our people, while also undermining economic and national stability of our motherland. I therefore commend the Zimbabwe Defense Forces for their focus and commitment to dealing with these threats. This has included the broadening of capacity building and training programs. Such programs will go a long way towards nurturing innovative and proactive approaches for the continued agility and adaptability of our country's defense institutions. The ongoing participation of allied students in our training programs is applauded for enhanced regional military cooperation, synergies, and inter-force operability. Beyond Africa, Zimbabwe is grateful for the long-standing support we are receiving from our fraternal friends and partners, such as the People's Republic of China, the Russian Federation, India, Indonesia, Malaysia, and Pakistan, in the form of training, exchange programs, as well as other forms of backing in defense and security spheres. They were with us in our quest to attain independence and freedom. They are with us today. They will remain our strong allies in the future. Meanwhile, an array of strategies are underway to improve the welfare of members of our defense forces. Non-monetary incentives and benefits, such as civil service housing loans and the civil service vehicle purchase schemes, have been extended to members of defense forces. Further, my government has expanded the transport fleet for the defense forces through the procurement and delivery of an assortment of vehicles. Over and above housing units that are ready for occupation, government will soon be embarking on the construction of 3,000 housing units for members of Zimbabwe Defense Forces. This is part of the comprehensive program by my administration to increase affordable housing stock throughout the country. Similarly, health care for members of the defense forces is of critical importance for their general upkeep. My government is committed to make sure that all military hospitals and health institutions have requisite modern equipment and adequate medicines. The construction of the Defense Forces Referral Hospital at Manyame Air Force Base is being accelerated. Comrades and friends, in peace times, defense forces remain a critical cog in our national development agenda. I therefore congratulate the Zimbabwe Defense Forces for living up to our national philosophy that says, Nyika igotongwa igonamatirwa. Hallelujah. As part of ongoing civil-military relations, the ZDF is implementing several community development and assistance projects. The free health care being offered to communities at grassroots level is applauded, and a testament that you remain a people's army. Well done, our defense forces. Modern school infrastructure are being constructed at Kwadzana 2 High School in Harare, Tsino High School in Cholocho, Tsungai Shumba Primary School in Nembudzia Gokwe, St. Charles Luanga Secondary School in Chimanimani, and Samanyika School in Nyanga, among others. These projects complement my government's thrust for ensuring quality education and learning environments for all students, no matter where they live. Additionally, I applaud the Zimbabwe Defense Forces for supporting the Zimbabwe Republic Police in combating illegal activities along the country's borders and assisting the Civil Protection Unity in search and rescue operations. In the case of realizing our rich liberation heritage, it is commendable that the Ministry of Defense, in collaboration with other ministries, departments and agencies, as well as counterparts from the Mozambican government, is constructing a monument and a health center in the Masinga district of Inhambane province in Mozambique. This is in memory and remembrance of our late national hero, General Josiah Magama Tongogara. In the same spirit, a memorandum of understanding with Angola will see the construction of a similar monument and the preservation of mass graves of our fallen heroes, whose remains lie in Angola. My fellow countrymen and women, comrades and friends, Zimbabwe, under the Second Republic, is a friend to all and an enemy to none. We firmly subscribe to diplomacy and dialogue as the sustainable route for the resolution of conflicts, disputes, and differences. We are committed and stand ready to play our part for the realization of the African Union quest to silence the guns. Presently, the Zimbabwe Defense Forces has officers deployed to United Nations missions and other peace support missions under the mandate of the African Union. I congratulate these officers for raising our national flag high. The commitment by the Zimbabwe Defense Forces to promoting gender equality is evident by the implementation of the National Action Plan for Women in Peace and Security, in line with the United Nations Security Council resolution. With regards to humanitarian efforts, obligations under the Anti-Personnel Mine Ban Convention are being honored with the ongoing clearance of landmines and other explosive remnants of the war. The work by the ZDF and its partners towards a mine-free Zimbabwe by 2025 is noteworthy. As I conclude, I once again congratulate the officers, men and women of the Zimbabwe Defense Forces for excelling in their constitutional mandate and function of protecting our motherland, Zimbabwe, its people, its national security and its interests, as well as the territorial integrity of our beloved motherland. We are also proud of your exploits in the region and beyond. Today, as one united, independent, peaceful and democratic country, from Plum Tree to Mtare and the bridge to Chirundu, we celebrate and salute you for your selfless, diligent and vigilant service. Thank you. Tinokutendai siyalibonga. With these remarks, I wish all the members of the Zimbabwe Defense Forces, their families and the nation as a whole, happy and memorable celebrations of the 44th Zimbabwe Defense Forces Day. Long live our Defense Forces, long live Zimbabwe, long live our peace, long live our unity, long live our freedom, and long live our sovereignty. God bless you all. God bless Zimbabwe. I thank you.